Hey, and right now we're waiting to learn more about a raid at Sean Diddy Combs' homes. I saw this all over my social media. There's a lot of talk online this morning. Federal authorities were seen at his homes in California and Florida yesterday. AP, the Associated Press, and the Los Angeles Times report the searches are part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation in New York. The Bad Boys record founder is currently facing multiple lawsuits over sexual assault allegations. He has not responded to yesterday's raids, and it's not clear where he is right now, actually. A flight tracking website located his plane on the island of Antigua, but there's no indication whether he was actually on that plane. You know, we'll stay on top of this one. We'll bring you updates as we get them.
Hip-hop mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs was recently raided, and this is in close proximity to his settlement with his ex-girlfriend and musician Cassie, after she made multiple allegations of sexual abuse, sex trafficking, and domestic violence allegations against the mogul. Recently, a producer by the name of Lil Ron has filed a lawsuit against Diddy also. In that lawsuit, he calls out Diddy, producer, and Love and Hip Hop star Stevie J, and one half of the City Girls, Young Miami, in his lawsuit. He also makes reference to Usher and rapper Meek Mills. Now, there's still a lot of ambiguity as to the nature of the raid, specifically what the federal government was looking for, but I suspect that they were actually looking for evidence related to financial or maybe murder-related charges, but just took advantage of the fact that these sex abuse allegations have emerged in the recent months. And as far back as I can remember, I know of sordid stories about P. Diddy, even back when he was calling himself Puff Daddy. Diddy is known more for his unethical practices and his sex parties than he is known for his music, especially in the last decade.
Oh, hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
During the raid, multiple media outlets alleged that both of his sons, Christian Combs and Justin Combs, were both arrested, when in truth they were detained, which is pretty standard during a raid. A lot of these celebrities had completely awful takes on the entire situation. And so
Puff, before Puff became super big like that, you know, he a cool dude. I mean, all the going on with him, you know, I feel sorry for him and his family, more so his kids.
His kids, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you got
right,
people got
facts.
kids involved in this and you know, and social media is dangerous. You don't know, it's always three sides of a story.
Right. It's two sides of every story, man.
Yeah.
Like and that's true. He made a major point, and you can't always believe everything you hear. There are two sides to every story.
some of them had the audacity to wag their fingers at the black community for having the audacity to laugh at Diddy. See, I fall somewhere in the middle. I don't really have a horse in this race, and seeing Diddy go down really doesn't do anything to harm me either. I know for a fact that Diddy has basically robbed every bad boy artist that has ever signed to him. So he's not a good guy. However, I'm not a big fan of the federal government manipulating the system so they can find evidence and build a case against you afterwards. One of the people gloating at Diddy's demise was 50 Cent. So you have to understand, 50 Cent and Diddy have a very sordid history.
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said,
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 19th.
That's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like he says something fabulous and he goes, but me and you, we ain't party. Like we need to party. What is he talking about? That's the kind of stuff that when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
But you should never celebrate someone else's demise because your downfall could be right around the corner. See, recently 50 Cent's ex accused him of rape and domestic abuse. Now, most people suspect that her allegations are retaliatory in nature, and the legal system will play out appropriate. But it is interesting that only has-beens or people who have benefited from their relationship with Diddy are supporting him. Perhaps because Diddy has been a viper to the music industry. For all intents and purposes, Diddy was a parasite. He brought no creativity, he had no musical talents. All he was a very good financier. And I heard that he got a lot of his startup money from drug trafficking. And I think that's what the federal government is really looking for. They don't give a shit how many freak-offs he's had. They're concerned about his financial dealings, and they're also concerned about what he knows about powerful people. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. As I mentioned earlier, Diddy does not have a lot of support outside of people who have benefited directly from their relationship with Diddy. And usually those people have never had any type of business relationship with Diddy. They either enjoyed his parties or maybe they've borrowed money for him, but they were not bad boy artists. There's not a bad boy artist standing by Diddy's side right now. More contemporary artists are even less interested in supporting Diddy. Many of us are now looking back at his relationship with Justin Bieber, and we have questions.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you tried to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But
You can tell from Justin's body language, he did not want to be anywhere near Diddy. He was conveying, I'm afraid, I feel uncomfortable, let me create some distance between myself and this individual. Then he also had that situation with Drake. Maybe Diddy just doesn't like Canadians.
Puff can't hear a hit? That's kind of crazy, Fifth.
He still hear things from back then, that time.
Oh, got you now.
Right.
Okay, got you.
He can't buy the record. He can't. You play it for him right now, and it's hot. He can't buy it. This is why he's fighting Drake. When you hit Drake, because he used the beat that he didn't actually use.
0 to 100.
Nigga, I'm just flexing. Nigga never loved us. You a little like shit. Look at you and look at you. I'm glad that it chose us.
Right, you see what I'm saying? So if he heard it and then he heard Drake use it, but it wasn't a hit yet until Drake put the lines on it. And he's upset about that because he can't hear it, but he felt like he took something from him.
I did not put hands on Drake.
Oh.
And I do not want any problems with Drake.
Yeah, what happened to the beat, the 0 to 100? They said that was your record at first. Was there any truth to that? Even there was a clip of you at a club.
Yeah. There was a 0 to 100 was initially, was my record, and then there became just a misunderstanding because we was working with the same producers. Honestly, it was a misunderstanding. Honestly, Drake is actually my favorite rapper.
Everybody keeps bringing up, what about Jay-Z? And Jay-Z must be hiding. It's crazy how people reach for Pluto to somehow associate Beyonce and Jay-Z to anything nefarious that ever happens in the world of music. Hell, even if it doesn't have anything to do with music, they'll somehow connect Beyonce and Jay-Z to it. And I'm not one to windmill for either one of those people, but I do see the desperation. And it's unnecessary. I mean, you have Diddy. You should be satisfied with that. Oh, Azure. What about Aaliyah and Beyonce? Both of them were with Jay-Z when they were minors. First of all, that's not true. Okay, you can make the argument that Jay-Z was significantly older than Aaliyah when he started courting her or trying to court her when she was like 19 or 20. Sure, I'll accept that, but she was an adult. Beyonce, when they started dating, I believe Beyonce was like 21, 22. These people are adults and they're high-profile celebrities. So this is not uncommon and I don't care. This isn't a controversy. Now, if you want to talk about some weird shit Jay-Z definitely did, we can look into the relationship with Jay-Z and Foxy Brown. Now, I don't know enough about that story, but I hear she may have been underage. But we can also look at just how female rap was presented in the early 90s. In the early 90s, there was the hyper-masculine female rappers, and then there was the hypersexual female rappers. And well, Lil Kim will tell you what happened.
Kim, what women have always listened to that original hardcore album as it was a freeing thing. Like, women loved that album. Embracing that level of sexuality and raunch at that time. I remember people came for you though. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't universally embraced, contrary to how it's seen now.
Exactly.
Right? Like, at the time, it was like, how dare she? She's a slut, and she's promoting all of this bad. It was very hard for you at that time.
Hard. And don't forget, I was 17. People, like, they don't get that. They don't understand that. They, because they had to market me like I was mature because I'm 17 and I'm talking like this and I'm dressing like this. That was like, oh, they had to, like, kind of make me seem more mature. So people don't understand that. So it really was like, for me, it was like, oh my goodness. I mean, they would have my CDs on, TV and like, this is, like just trashing and whatever. But the more they did that, the bigger I became. You know what I mean? And the more like the hood just embraced it. The young girls wanted to be like me. They wanted to dress like me. They wanted to be that image on a hardcore poster. It was weird because that was the image that got so much negative.
The squatting down image.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
God, yeah.
And I just...
Was that a hot dog bun in your drawers?
Stop it!
Because there was a rumor. People was like,
No.
nah, she put something in there. Ain't no way it was that fat.
What would I know about putting something in there at 17?
I don't know, fam. That's what y'all know, that rumor. Don't look at me like that.
You guys made that shit up.
Oh my God.
I never heard this. I didn't know that was a thing. I
It's
just didn't.
wild.
You're
I
accusing
can't.
someone of trying to puff up their pum pum?
Well, for the sake of making
The
it fat in
picture.
the photo.
I can't stand him. I mean, I've heard somebody else did that, but what I'm saying is, look, I'm saying that poster was so influential in prisons, in homes, in
Yes.
the hood.
What?
I mean, like, people were
Whose
like,
idea was it? Whose idea was that?
It's
photo?
crazy. I went into the post naturally, and then the photographer's name was Michael, and he was like, keep that. When we got the photos back,
He was looking at what we was looking at. He was like, keep that creeping out. Sorry.
and then he took 100 of those, but
I bet he
Biggie actually picked that photo. I had no idea why he picked.
But see, this still goes back to Diddy. I mean, this is still a Diddy situation. The fact that he had illegal Little Kim squatting down, and that became her debut. I mean, that was Diddy. That was Diddy and Biggie. They came up with this image for Little Kim, and they presented it. I just feel like the chicken is coming home to roost for Diddy, and he's played in the world's face for a very long time. I'm surprised he's made it this long. And I don't think this is going to be the thing that takes him down. See, these sex crimes, I don't believe this is the real thing that he needs to worry about. See, this was used as a reason to kick in the door. See, with R. Kelly, his sex crimes, since there were just so much of them, there was so much trafficking, it was one of those things that it was just a matter of time before it took him down. In the case of Diddy, I feel like this is a fact-finding mission. See, like with Jeffrey Epstein, Diddy likes to record people, and he likes to throw parties. He likes to have, these big sex parties with very important people. It wasn't just some rapping ass niggas. No. Diddy was rubbing elbows with politicians. Remember the voter diet campaign? The voter diet campaign wasn't about Diddy trying to activate black and brown voters. No. Because if he was trying to do that, he would have not only told you about the Democratic platform, but he would also inform you about the Republican platform that was at that time led by John McCain, probably one of the last respectable Republicans. No. It was vote for Obama or die. So I'm going to need y'all to deprogram yourselves. Yes, Diddy had a lot of who's who in the hip-hop world at those sex parties, but he also had very powerful politicians, donors, or as I like to call them, political investors. Diddy had a lot of people at those parties. It wasn't just Instagram thoughts and has-been rappers, no. Diddy entertained a lot of important people, and I feel like his case mirrors Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not saying that he was doing the same shit Jeffrey Epstein was doing, but if Diddy has some dirt on important people and he's trying to use it in any kind of way, they're gonna get him up out of here. Like, Diddy has been very talented in getting rid of other black people. Like, he done got a lot of people up out of here. But the people that he's messing with, the federal government, they can get him up out of here. I mean, you saw how they did Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, I'm confident he didn't kill himself because of all of the guilt he experienced. No, I don't think that's what happened. I think, well, you know what I think. So is this the end of Diddy? By all intents and purposes, Diddy was up out of here at least a decade ago. When's the last time you guys listened to some Diddy music? I mean, seriously, the last time I actually paid attention to what P. Diddy was doing in the music world was probably around 2012. The point I'm trying to make is Diddy hasn't made any valuable music in the last decade. So he was really just living off of nostalgia and the royalties that he would never give back to the artists he stole them from. What I think is going to happen to Diddy is the federal government is going to go through his pockets with all of these investigations, all of these civil suits. All of this is just going to run through his pockets. And when they're ready to really get him up out of here, then they're going to hit him with something involving finances. See, I don't think it's going to be any of these sex crimes or these sex allegations, because he hasn't really been charged with anything. There's going to be something financial that takes down Diddy, because when they take him down, they're going to try to take him down for the rest of his years. So they may not get him this go round. They're going to probably get him on the next one. And I'm not celebrating his demise, but I'm sure as hell not crying no tattoo tears for Diddy. You know how many people Diddy has fucked over? Like, he has fucked over everybody who's ever been associated with Bad Boy. His entire crew, he's fucked over. It is what it is. Maybe this is karma. Call me a little superstitious, but I don't think you're supposed to celebrate someone else's karma, because yours could be coming soon.